Yo, 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 what's up, world? It's your boy Tricky Ricky, and these are my 2 cents now. All right, guys, so look, I'm back after a whole week of being tortured. I had took my family on a small vacation, and my wife thought it would be a good idea for the kids to spend the last week of their vacation at home with me. I've been like trying to make videos for my channel, but that is really hard to do when you have two kids that's garnering for attention as well as video bombing everything that I did. So I said, you know what, I'll just take everything and throw it in the trash and just spend my time with my kids. So now that I'm back, I put those guys on the bus this morning, sent them on to school. My wife is going to work, and it's just me. All right, so I wake up this morning, I check my email, and lo and behold, I see this email from Rode, guys. Turns out they have been listening this entire time, which is a good thing. They brought a new firmware update to the RodeCaster Pro podcast interface. Now, they did incorporate some of the requests that were made by several other people other than myself, because I went on like a 25-minute give or take video about the improvements this unit should have. Okay, so I came to the setup, I powered this bad boy up, I went and downloaded that software, I installed it on my RodeCaster Pro. And straight out the box, it kind of looks the same, looks different. We have some new buttons. Yeah, I got me Osmo gimbal thing set up over here. You probably may see a little bit, but anyways, you see they added this here button. You seen the video, so you guys know what it is, what it do, and everything. We can go through different things for the pads, and we can assign things and special effect sounds directly to the pads, which is a very, very good thing, might I add. And in addition to that, they made some changes with the hardware. Yes, we can finally connect our device to the computer for it to read as a media device, so we can get our files off the RodeCaster Pro without having to eject our SD card. So that means that bad boy gets to sit in the machine until it is either full, or we need to pass it on to another unit if we are working with multiple units per se. I like this. Now, back to what I was saying earlier in regards to the pad functions. The mic extension channels. This area still needs some work. If you didn't hear me, this section needs some work still. All right, advanced section of the settings. Nothing has changed. We still have all of our switches on an on and off basis. They should have put small buttons right here, or here and here, or this section, these words, they should be bubbles that we can click on them to get inside of that particular effect, so we can change the effect and have it the way we need it to sound. We need to be able to have the ability to change the presets in the effect so we can get the sound that we are looking for right here on board the device before having to send it to a computer. We'll get to that one moment. Just hold that thought. Uno momento, por favor. All right. This section right here is still blank. We need an EQ. Rode, please put an EQ right here. And then the next firmware, please, where it says compressor, de-esser, ducking, high pass filter, noise gate. And if you are listening and you give us an EQ, have these buttons clickable so we can get in there and just be able to add or subtract what we need to add or subtract to the channel in particular. I know you guys noticed that the camera kind of shifted a little bit. That's the Osmo. He has a mind of his own. I call him the crawler. He does a good job. Anyways, we're going to wrap this up really soon. But like I was saying, we definitely need to be able to click on these buttons here to get inside of the sound effect that we want to apply to the mic channels, because you know we have separate channels to where we can go to each channel and preset these on here. Definitely need some more features. It doesn't have to be everything under the sun. It can be God. If it's the EQ, low, mid, high. We can have a little knob, a dedicated knob somewhere, or if it's touchscreen or something, let us be able to adjust that. Or if it's the compression, we want to be able to control the compression ratio, the gate, the limiter, all that stuff. We want to be able to control how much of it that is coming out of the vocal, because when you are listening, well, if the device is listening to us, I'm pretty sure this device is not smart enough to analyze our vocal and just automatically adjust to it. It's impossible. I know that they did make some improvements to the sound quality. I haven't put my headphones on and, use the mic and see how it sounds, because I was eager to do this video. Okay. Last but not least, and this is going to be my closing note, we have this companion app here. This thing needs to be expanded, Rode. We need to be able to have this device communicate directly with the companion app. The companion app needs to be expanded to a full-blown digital audio workstation where we are able to do further editing to our podcast through the RodeCaster Pro companion app. Think about it. Please give it some thought, because if we can have such a unit to where we have all these wonderful and glorious features that RodeCaster Pro has, there's no limit to what you can accomplish. These things will fly off the shelf far faster than they are. Not to take away from this unit, like I said, this is a very, very, very great unit, and I like it, and I see myself using this thing for the foreseeable future when it comes to the features of it. But like I said, Rode, we definitely need to have this companion app expanded. We need to have it expanded to a full-blown digital audio workstation where we can pass along each individual channel of our podcast, whether if it is channels 1 through 4, the USB channel, the auxiliary jack, Bluetooth, the pads. All this stuff needs to be passed directly into an application, just like you have on the screen that I had up earlier. This screen right here. Imagine that screen with the whole thing spread it out. Hell, as far as I'm concerned, it can be an image of this unit, and we can click the buttons on the screen and of course adjust all this extra stuff. I would be happy if you can do that, but I would rather for it to be put on board, because think about it, if many people are going to take this thing on the road, then they should be able to do as much editing as possible on this unit before sending it to a computer. I know I said this is the closing note, but this is my final argument, guys. I promise. Listen, when it comes to file exporting, when we are able to transfer files to and from the computer using the USB protocol, we should be able to send 2 different types of files. We need to send either the actual podcast file, which we would like to edit on our digital audio workstation, and 2, the actual MP3 file. Let's say you guys have it put in the next firmware update to where we can render our podcast into a WAV file or MP3 file or a AIF. Y'all catch my drift, right? Anyways, please do that. Thank you so much for the update. Thank you for listening to the many requests from many users like myself, because this unit, man, kudos to you guys, and I am so happy to have this unit here in my studio. This is your dog, Tricky Ricky. Please like, subscribe, share. Give me the thumbs up. those were my 2 cents. Peace.